people say, yeah, I called around a little bit. I just can't get good internet where I am.
That happens a lot in rural areas and in some super dense, we'll call them where you would have like a scrapyard or somewhere that's surrounded by railroad tracks, pinned between a river and a rail line, which happens a lot because it used to be all the distribution was done through the river. And then once the barges and the boats took it there, they got on a rail line and they went somewhere else. So they're close to one another. What I can tell you is 95% of the time somebody tells me that, I can get them reliable internet. It's really just a matter of creativity, some time, and some money. And sometimes you need one of those. Sometimes you need all three of those. Sometimes you need a lot of all three of those. But I can get you internet.
Got it. And I appreciate this. One of the things we like to do is kind of dive down and find those pearls of truth among what you hear, right? The other one that I hear occasionally is business owners saying, it doesn't matter who my provider is. I'm opening a new location. I'm just going to call the local phone company or whoever the local cable co is. I'm just going to give them a call and whatever they have, I'm going to run with it. I've heard you say you recommend against that.
Sure. There's not anything in particularly wrong on the surface of that. You can absolutely do that. If you're somebody that is looking to be more knowledgeable about the actual connectivity you're putting in your building, you want to make sure that you're getting the best bang for your buck, if you will, getting the best product for what you need. I would strongly recommend talking to some sort of a consultant or broker that can actually look at whatever is available in your area. Certain times there is only one availability and you're just kind of hamstrung on that situation. Other times there might be 3, 4, 5 different providers you can use, each of them having some goods or some bads and each of them having different price points. So it would be in your best interest to have someone that is looking out for you and not just someone that is looking out for one singular product that they can sell.
Got it. Okay. Well, here on the show, we like to say the high tide raises all boats, right? And I find that if somebody can take an action right away, or if we can give somebody an actionable task that they can go do, we're trying to add value here. So when you think about that idea that, hey, 95% of the time I'm told no, what's an action people can take, or what have you seen businesses do?
People that are told no, we can't get it.
Give me an example.
So I have a client in southern Missouri, and Mike called me. This is going back 4 or 5 years now. And Mike said, hey, I run the port down here, and we are doing a lot more file transfer. We're getting a lot larger files. We're doing a lot more on the internet. And
that's a river port, right?
And it's a river port, yes.
Yeah.
And basically because I cannot get reliable internet, it is costing me thousands and thousands of dollars, and I am pissing off all of the customers who are coming through here. I have to figure something out. And so I went and met with Mike that day, looked around, saw what he was dealing with, and he was in absolutely the Bermuda Triangle of internet. This guy had a rock quarry on one side of him. He had a river on one side of him and 4 railroad tracks on one side of him. And that is the trifecta of terribleness, trying to get an internet line to that location. Now, most of the people he talked to just looked at it and said, there's no way. I'm not going to spend my time on it. I have a little bit of creativity to me. I've done a lot of these complex builds over the last 20 years. And so I said, Mike, we can do this. It might take me 6 months and it might cost you 30 or 40 grand, but I can get you internet here. And so we did some problem solving for him. We did some creative thinking and partnered with some of the other businesses that were right around him there. And 5 months later, he had a dedicated fiber pipe in that shop, and it changed his life, changed his business. He is cruising, and he'll call me for literally anything. If he needs a plumber the next time, he's going to call me because that's a problem. So worked well.
Solving problems. So if I'm a business owner and I've been told no, what's my takeaway there? Do I go knock on the neighbor's door and say, "Hey, do you also have this problem?" What's the action I can take today or tomorrow?
You're going to either call someone like me or me. Would be the first thing that I would do. If you're not, or you don't know someone, or you can't find someone like me, what you're going to have to do is basically put in some effort into finding the person inside of the local cable company or the local internet provider that has done builds like this in the past. It's a little bit different of an animal, and if people haven't done it before, they get intimidated because of the time and energy and the detail that goes into it. So you're going to just have to press and ask a number of questions and get a hold of that sales team and say, who has done this before, and interview them and ask them how they've done it and where they've done it, and it can be done.